Taurus, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid to late May 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Taurus collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for our Taurus friends? In mid to late May, what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. So let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Taurus. Mid to late May, what's the vibe? What's the energy? And yeah, we're towards the very back end of Taurus season, so most of your birthdays have probably passed. But once again, before we switch to Gemini, I hope you all had a very happy birthday. Okay, your card is out here, and we're still using the Alice in Wonderland. Okay, no need to fear. I saw this in the Capricorn reading, and to me, it is a very courageous, brave type of energy. It's like willing to stand firm or set in its ways about something. So I feel like it's generally a pretty good thing, but the only real downside to this card could possibly be the overthinking. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk about it. So again, we see Alice here. It looks like she's sitting there deep in thought. She's pondering. And yeah, the literal saying on it is no need to fear. So for some Tauruses, this could be some really great reassurance from spirit, your guides, spirit team, ancestors, the people that surround you and insulate you from the other side. It's like, all right, we got you, we got your back, which is really nice and reassuring. That's one little message that I pull from this. But again, it does also have courage. There's a certain courageousness to it where it's like, I will stand firm with something. So some Tauruses, that matches what I saw for you in last week's reading, where it's like, I'm not messing around, not playing games. It's like very firm in its ways, which can be really good. Now, this card, the big downside I already mentioned, it could be the overthinking, overanalyzing things with the no need to fear, because it's like I'm looking for any sign of danger. So it's like hyper vigilant. So I would say watch out for that in this time. Hyper vigilance or like looking too deep into things. I mean, is there such a thing? But we're just going to leave it at that. We'll let her chill right there. She could keep analyzing. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for Taurus, please. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I already referenced it a little bit. The title was It's Game Over. And to me, I felt for a lot of Tauruses, like just really being very strict about your ways. Like, I'm not messing around. I'm not playing any games. It was just very firm and very serious. That was like the main overarching theme for you last week. So again, whether it's situations, whether it's work, whether it's relationships, there's like a very stern, serious energy attached. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Taurus friends. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. 2 wands. Very strategic. Very, very strategic. So yours might be different because one of the earth signs this week, Capricorn, had like a really fabulous reading. The Virgos had a pretty tough one. So I'm trying to see if yours is going to be like middle line here. Let's get a couple more. I like the 2 of wands. Thank you. Ace of Cups. I mean, maybe it's going to be a nice one. I mean, this could be communication, talks, all that good stuff. I'm liking what I'm initially feeling. I could definitely say that. Let's get one more out here, and we'll start piecing this together. What do we got for Taurus, please? Quick. Page of Wands. A lot of talking, a lot of chit-chat, a lot of chatter with this page on the back end. So I will say this, Taurus, there's a lot of really good fresh energy surrounding you in this time, which can be nice, whether it's like new approaches, brand new things. We're just gonna have to see how it all plays out, all low number type of stuff. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first glance, you know, I always look at the elements first. Obviously you have a lot of fire this week, so whereas last week I got a lot of air, very strict, very firm type of vibes. With the 2 of Wands, Page of Wands, could be a little unpredictable. The good thing I say about the fire element is that it's passion, it's desire, it's that burn within us. So if you've been a little down in the dumps, you might catch a little rebound with your energy and start feeling revitalized. This is a really good thing. It's taking action, it's making moves. That's what I really like about this energy on the split ends. But with all fire, it could be explosive and it could be very unpredictable at the same time, especially with all this low numbered type of action. In the center, you have the Ace of Cups. You know, aces are great, water energies, emotions. So it's like, yeah, we have a nice little mixture of stuff happening here. Let's go through this piece by piece and really build it out, though. So position number one, we have the Two of Wands. To me, I feel like this could be a whole variety of different stuff. Even though the card itself looks super simple, we have this person and he's kind of at a crossroads. So for some Tauruses, you might be at a crossroads with specific situations where it's like, okay, I could go left, but I could go right. It's good when it comes to options. I always say this is a huge card of strategy and planning. So with whatever it is you're doing, with whatever it is you're putting your energy into, Spirit's like, all right, well, be very strategic, be very plan-based. Try not to do anything too spontaneous, especially with all this other energy surrounding it. Now, all twos in tarot represent decisions, choices, but also partnerships. So again, when I see a lot of talking and a Two of Wands, there could be something about the people you're connected to that we want to look at further. But again, it could be strategic. So if that's not you, it could be somebody else that has some plans up their sleeve. We're just going to have to see. Now, moving to the center, we have the Ace of Cups. And one thing I'll say, that these two mirror each other. They can be communication, they can be talking, both of them. They're both young, fresh types of energies. So Ace of Cups is really nice. It's more about emotional outpouring. So whether this is somebody that wants to get something off their chest, somebody that feels like they have something they need to say, that could very much be the case. This could be a new offer or opportunity coming in. So I keep your eyes out, especially if you're a business-minded individual right now. There could be really great opportunities coming in. But what's the challenge with the Ace? Very similar to what we have coming up next. The aces are not guaranteed. This is an energy where it's like, all right, well, if you don't want this Ace of Cups, bye. It could go away real quick. Or it's like limited time only. So it's like not permanent, not guaranteed. So we'll want to look into this further. Usually it's a great sign for emotional well-being, love, creativity. So initially I feel more optimistic than pessimistic looking at all these cards. Now moving to the very back end, as we get this Ace of Cups placed right there in the center, we got the Page of Wands, big fire sign energy. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, if you're not connected to any of those signs. All pages are students and messengers. So it's like, I'm learning new things. I'm taking in a lot of information similar to this, just very fresh. So there could be certain things that come up in this time that really revitalize you. So whether it's you getting a burst of energy or feeling much better, that's the one thing I love about this Page of Wands. Again, it's an energy that could come in strong. It's an energy that could come in hot and heavy. So if it is a communication message or talk, like it could be one that either comes in out of nowhere or it could be explosive or volatile in nature. So we definitely want to watch out for this. Sometimes the Page of Wands, similar to the Ace of Cups, it's not a guaranteed energy. Okay, so it's like, we'll see. It could be an energy that's a little shy and a little bashful sometimes too. So when I get this on the back end, there's a little unsure type of vibe, especially with this in the front. So I want to dive deeper into all this, Taurus. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. What do we got for Taurus, please, in mid to late May? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Two of Wands here. Let's see what that strategy, that planning could possibly be, because I've been having my eye on that. I want to see how the rest of it plays, because yeah, with the Ace and the Page, it's like very chit-chat or chatty. So let's see what that Two of Wands says. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Taurus, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get this Two of Wands. What is this Two of Wands here? Thank you. Nine of Pentacles. Like it's almost there. Not quite yet. Like it's an energy that's definitely thinking ahead when I see the Nine of Pentacles. Now, for a lot of you, this could be great for business opportunities like money, investments, anything financial. When I see the Two of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, Okay, this feels good. So there could be potential for you to plant some seeds in this time if we're talking about money. Now, in other realms, the Nine of Pentacles, although very abundant, it's comfortable. So it's like, all right, well, I don't feel like I have to make this decision right now. So for some of you, if you feel like you're at a crossroads, Spirit could be saying like, all right, well, there's really no rush. Don't pressure yourself. Don't rush yourself. This energy is definitely taking its sweet time. But a big vibe I'm picking up off of this is I'm thinking ahead. I might not be doing anything right now, but I am planning. So whether this is Spirit saying like, all right, Taurus, whatever it is you're going through, like plan for different outcomes, plan for different eventualities. That's the vibe. Even if you're not making action just yet, or if this person's not making action, it's like they're trying to think 3 steps ahead. So again, whether that's you and advice for you, or whether this is someone you're connected to, it's like somebody trying to think several moves ahead. So someone's planning something or needs to. That's a big vibe. But at the same time, if you are one of the Tauruses that's at a crossroads, Spirit saying like, all right, well, don't rush. Don't pressure yourself too much. Like take some of the pressure off your shoulders, which could be really good. It's like, yeah, there's no rush here, which is something I do like about it. So it's like we have that little mixed message happening here in the front. But yeah, damn, real great for finances, money, and investments. Let's keep moving. Let's see what the Ace of Cups has, because now we're going to get into the speaking and the talking potentially with how this flows. So let's go in on that Ace of Cups. Why is it here for Taurus, please? Thank you. Okay. All right, this energy doesn't feel too social, and that's okay. When I see the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like, no, I don't. It's like I'm not wanting to speak to every single person, like Sally and Susie and Annabelle. It's like I just want to speak to this one person. Like it's very specific. So when I see this alignment here, I get a couple of things. First and foremost, in regards to speaking and communicating, there could be one person that you need to have a very deep one-on-one with. That's what Spirit's saying. It's like, all right, well, don't let other people chime in and chip in and say this and say that. When I see the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like, no, you need to one-on-one. We're having like a very important or serious talk. It's just me, it's just you. That's the big vibe I'm picking up here in the center. So that could be really important moving forward. Now, the Three of Cups is also like very not in reverse. Yeah, it could be messy group dynamics. Some of you, there could be new people entering your life, but I would say in this time, if there's new people entering your experience, they might bring a little more drama than you'd be comfortable with. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I don't know why that's coming through, but there could be someone that comes in that causes a little more drama than you're comfortable with, and it could be a new energy. But yeah, those are the main vibes I'm picking up here. It's like we need to have a one-on-one. Okay, or it's like I need to speak to you alone. I don't need to speak to you and this person. I need to speak to you one-on-one. So let's, I mean, so yeah, important, serious talk. It's there, but let's see what's up with that Page of Wands. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So interesting stuff. I see a lot of good energetic potential for you this week, that's for sure. But let's see what's up with that page, please, before we get into our recap. Thank you. Yeah, this could potentially get a little wild. All right, we have Temperance in reverse underneath this Page of Wands, and there's that explosive energy. This is both fire on the back end. So like, even though the energy comes in, it's like, yeah, all right, one-on-one, it's like it morphs. That's how this feels to me. So again, Page of Wands, Temperance in reverse. For some of you, this could, again, it's like I have people trying to, I don't feel like they're pressing a boundary, but it's like people wanting to get close to you. So keep that in mind, whether it's new people, whether it's people you don't really know too well. Like with this energy, it's like people wanting to get closer to you. I'm not sure if you're very comfortable with it, but the one energy could be very pushy. So again, this could be something that's not happened yet, but just know it's like people, I don't want to say it's like they're pressing their luck or pressing boundaries, but it's like an energy that wants to get closer, get closer, get closer. But when I see Temperance in reverse underneath this Page of Wands, yeah, that's most definitely like an explosive talk or conversation too. Either it's like someone you haven't talked to in a while, or it like takes a turn. It's like, all right, well, I went into this wanting to speak about this, but now we're speaking about something completely different. So it's like, you ever have one of those conversations where it kind of travels, where it's like, all right, well, I wanted to speak about this, but now we're like 5 steps away from that and we still didn't resolve the first thing. Okay, so that's just a very peculiar, very specific message here. So again, whatever things that you feel like need to be addressed or whatever things pop up, it's very important to stay on task. Don't let someone, like, I don't want to say confuse you, but it's like you want to get an answer on something, but they bring up a whole bunch of other topics to avoid the other thing. It's like very slick. It's a very slick and smooth type of energy here. But there's also this new energy trying to press in or get close to you. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow. Yeah, big Sag energy here on the back end. But position number one, we have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. So yeah, for some Tauruses, you might be looking a few steps ahead. This is really great energy in regards to like business opportunities, money things, investment, stuff like that. Really love it. But I also feel if you're at a crossroads, if you're one of the Tauruses where you could go left or you could go right, Spirit's saying like there's no big rush. Like don't pressure yourself, don't rush yourself, take your time. Another vibe I'm picking up here in the front is someone trying to think several steps ahead. So whether that's advice for you from Spirit, or maybe that's someone you're connected to where they're trying to think a few steps ahead of the game. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Cups, Three of Cups in reverse. To me, this does feel like an important or serious talk where it's like a one-on-one. I don't want to do this in a group. I don't want your friend there. I don't want your cousin there. It's just me and you. We got to talk about this. That's like the big vibe I'm picking up here in the center. And I also said, watch out for any new people trying to enter your circle, because I do get this here on the back end, because like the energy comes with drama. It might not be the person directly, but this new energy comes in with some drama. Moving to the back end, we have the Page of Wands with Temperance in reverse. Again, I feel like new energy trying to push into your sphere or get closer to you. That's the big vibe. It's like this energy wants to get closer to you for whatever reason. But again, this could be that explosive talk or conversation, whether it's something that comes up out of nowhere or one that gets hot and heavy. And when we combine these two, I already told you several times, it feels like I went into this conversation wanting to discuss this, but now we're talking about something completely different. So watch out for that in this time. Like if there's certain things you want to resolve, don't let somebody like muddy the waters or distract you, because it feels very slick to me. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one here. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card out here, Taurus. What's happening? Yeah, the Ace of Cups is here again. So it was in the center, dead center of your spread this week, and it's even in the shadows. So, I mean, we already went through this card at length about the positives, the potential, the offers, the opportunities, the fresh new energy. That's all the positive of it. The downside of it is that it can be a little emotional. It could speak about your emotional state. So I did see this energy that starts to revitalize for you in the main part of the spread, but yeah, there might be some emotional kinks that you still need to work out here when this card shows up. The Ace of Cups can connect to love, emotions, things that we really do care about. So when we see this in the shadows, it could be some unresolved feelings, unresolved emotions when we see it. I don't feel like it's a terribly bad thing, but I feel like all the stuff I was speaking about energy wanting to get closer to you or things like bringing some drama, when this shows up again, it kind of doubles down on that. So just be cautious with like new people entering your experience in this time, especially with the Ace of Cups. And again, there could just be something still unresolved, and there is no timetable on that. You take your time. So Taurus, that's what I have for you, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the May subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation, you could book a personal reading with me at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You could go check out my digital calendar for availability. But for the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of the most beautiful new decks out there, the Stained Glass Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the zodiac signs, which one is your favorite? Not your sign. Which one do you work best with? Which flows with your energy? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.